All right, man. Let's review the Lions versus the Washington Commanders review. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, the subscribe button, it's the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So, um, it was a great win. You know, that's what we can say about it. It was a great win. Defense played, everybody played well. You know what I'm saying? And what does it mean for the Lions going forward? It mean that they got to win earlier, unlike last year. Um, they got it out the way. Now they got to go win on the road. Um, physical football team. I mean, they are the league. They got a league leading average of 3.8 yards a carry before contact, and that's with out Jonah Jackson for half of that. Without a healthy Frank Ragnow, didn't have him last week, and also High Tide being gone, so their offensive line depth is really showing up and showing out. And then they lack a lot of depth on the defensive line. I mean, no Joe, Julian just came back. He just had a lot of pressures. No Romeo, no Levi Onwuzurike, no Josh Pascal. So you think about it, they're missing half their D line right there. Pascal, Okora, and Levi Onwuzurike. I mean, that's two for sure starters. Last year, two starters, and also looking at what could have been this year if Romeo had stayed healthy, had he been able to continue to put his hand in the dirt. So it's a lot of things. It's a confidence builder. It just showed that Philadelphia was a bad matchup, and that's what I said. Going into that game, I just said it's a bad matchup. That's what it was. It's a bad matchup. Philadelphia is highly athletic. They're in every position. Jalen Hurts is, we struggle with, mobile quarterbacks, no matter if they was guys like Joe Webb, guys like Andrew Luck. We struggle with those guys. And a lot of that got to do with lack of athletes in the front line. But you got to think about it. Philadelphia is one of the most athletic teams in the league. I mean, you look at A.J. Brown, you look at Miles Sanders, you look at Jalen Hurts, you look at Devontae Smith, a firecracker. Dallas Goedert ain't bad. Boston Scott can run. So it ain't like, it's an average, athletic team is average. No, actually, they are real, athletic and strong. Just not fast and slow. They sturdy. And they're gonna have we're gonna have our hands full when we go around and look at and play Miami. And that's a whole different type of speed, though. Them type of dudes, you got to give them space. You got to come down and whap them in their mouth. That's just what it is. You got to wrap up and hit them. But, I mean, it was a lot of things to be encouraged by. And then the Washington got a really good explosive offense. I mean, in the Lions defensive line, with half the line decimated, they dominated the trenches. And that's what Dan Campbell's trying to build. A physical football team. This is what travels. They building an outdoor team. That's what it is. They building an outdoor team. When you talk about running the ball, stopping the run, getting after the passer, building the trenches. That's what it looked like. And not only that, you got, Amon-Ra saying we got the receivers blocking. You got the receivers getting downhill and blocking. So it's contagious. It's contagious. It's contagious. They about to start. One dog bark, they all bark. I got Mr. Barker out there right now. He outside. But excuse the barking. But yeah, that's what it's about. It's a physical football team that's buying in. And we ain't had a physical football team in a long time, bro. It's always been bringing in Mike Martz or bringing in the West Coast with Steve Mariucci. Always trying to kind of outthink the basic science and logic of football. And it's simple. We want to be out. We want to go out there and we want to shove it up your throat, down your throat. And if and we want to go out there on defense and punch you in the mouth. And that's that. So, what we learned was that they didn't get too low after the loss. And, hopefully after this win, they don't get too high. But it's a football team that's still bought in, still engaged. And Ben Johnson is getting his feet wet and calling plays. And I still think the run game in which they are implementing is a direct imprint from Dan Campbell. It's a direct input. They want to be physical. They want to be fast. They want to be smart. And like I said before, was Washington not expecting they smelling themselves coming out the Jacksonville win? Well, they did have to come from behind. Wentz is tied for the league lead for most touchdowns with 7. They thought they was going to come in here and just, walk over Detroit. I don't think they thought they was that good. You got to think about it. They D-line, even without Chase Young, is something to marvel at. Montez Sweat, Jonathan Allen, and Deron Payne, 2 Alabama boys. But, if this team was healthy, man, I think I would have a lot more faith in them at an opportunity, not just to make the playoff, but to win a division. That's just my honest truth about it. I would have a lot more faith. And but it was a good game last night, and then the old lines would have let them come back and steal it, and they iced it. Things went right, and you head into Minnesota next week, where you played Minnesota pretty good last year. Should have walked out of Minnesota probably. You could have walked out with 2 L's. You could have walked out with 2 wins. You split. And it's nothing like division games. Those division games is they know each other. So, it's gonna be a barn burner. But not everybody is gonna start marking their calendar on Aiden Hutchinson. Best believe that. Now they already know who Amon-Ra St. Brown is. He just difficult to stop because you pretty much in that slot. It's just, and they move him all over the field. It's gonna be tough. You still got to respect Josh Reynolds, and you might see him start rolling more coverage to Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's exactly what you might start seeing. But then that means DJ Shark gonna have to step up, and it's gonna be opportunities for Golden Tate. Golden Tate, Jesus Christ, TJ Hawkinson to step up. So it's a double-edged sword. But it was encouraging to see those draft picks and that talent amongst the offensive defensive line and the depth continue to produce. You just plug and play, and that's what you want from a football team. You're gonna get injuries. You're gonna get nagging injuries. You're gonna get the tough injuries. You want to be able to plug and play. Next guy up mentality. A lot of people say it, but not a lot of teams can be able to do it. And that's the thing about it. Not a lot of teams can be able to do it. But they got 2 stars and Swift, if he can stay healthy, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. They got that. They got 2 studs. If you can add Jameson Williams to the bunch, they can find a way to get TJ Hawkinson. I can see Josh Reynolds being here for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? In a prominent role. You know, you need those type of guys. No matter who the quarterback gonna be, if it's gonna be Goff, it's gonna be Bryce Young, tall, rangy, can go get those high point those balls. You need that. You know, can really see him sticking around here. You know, and then we talked about DJ Shark another day, another time, but if he started to come on, it's gonna be very interesting. But Aiden Hutchinson, he gonna start. They're gonna start. Probably about quarter to the season, they're gonna start doing some things to him to slow him down. He got to be prepared. Whatever he's doing well, he got to be prepared to be able to do something else well. Because they're gonna game plan to stop that. What can really help him get over that rookie rough patch or that wall he gonna hit, where the teams are gonna see what he's doing and they're gonna start to try to make him go to his weakness or to his second strength or third strength. What's gonna happen? What can help him, and as well as Malcolm Rodriguez, some of those guys. If you can get Pascal back, you can get Levi Anazorki back. If you get Romeo Cora back, if you can get those three guys back or a combination of those guys, especially the guys that's gonna be playing that three technique, he gonna be he ain't nothing you gonna be able to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's gonna be able to get good rest with Romeo Cora, Julian coming in. Then also him and Anazorki gonna command a lot of attention in that middle of that defense if he ever get healthy. Okay, so that's also gonna help them, but it's encouraging. Now, can they ride that momentum and that wave into Minnesota? Minnesota on a short week. If they can ride that if they can win in Minnesota, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of hype around them, especially as they get healthy. But that's a game they typically lose, riding a high. But that's a football team. They play very competitively over the last few seasons. They know them. You know what they can do. You know about Justin Jefferson. You know about Adam Thielen. You know about Dalvin Cook. You know about Kirk Cousins. That's a big game. Not only from a NFL spotlight, but financially for the Lions. They win that Minnesota game. I mean, the money starts pouring in for merchandise. It starts pouring in from ticket sales. People buying in already. And they had one job to do in week one, and that was not to turn off. And that was not to turn off the fans, and they didn't. They was on the verge of turning them off, the Hard Knock fans, but they put the turbo jets on, and they didn't turn off the Hard Knock fans. They put the turbo jets on and came back. They rolled that momentum into week two. If they can win in Minnesota, the Fords are going to be raising prices. Jerseys going to be selling out quick. Merchandise going to be selling out. Apparel going to be selling out. So, that was my little takeaway, all right, from the rest of that game. Wednesday, we'll move on to the prediction for the Minnesota Vikings. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. Financially, want to support the channel? Cash App, $CJGood313. Venmo, CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Excuse me, I ain't on them. Spotify and Anchor. I'm thinking about my other channel, but appreciate y'all. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. One time for the one time. Peace.